All right, I want everyone close your eyes. I want everyone to remember when you guys first started playing League. None of us thought we were gonna be pro players. None of us cared about any of this.
It should be TSM across the board. It just seems like all the stars have aligned for TSM to peak right now.
We're all from different places in the world. Somehow we got here. Now we're in the present. We're about to play playoffs. This is when it matters. Everything is on the line, all right?
We need to show them who's the boss.
This is why we compete. This is why we play League of Legends. This is why we're here.
Already.
Let's go out there, give it our best shot. We can win. We can do this, all right? Let's go. Bring it in.
Put that on the documentary.
Victor, how's it going?
It's going alright. Could be better.
Welcome to the next round of playoffs as TSM and Golden Guardians do battle for the second time. Golden Guardians 3 owed them. It was a clean one, and now we get the revenge with Biofrost back.
Win on three! 1, 2, 3, win!
Broken Blade's in there, a flash shield, Huhi tries to keep alive, and he frickin' does it! What a team fight there. Golden Guardians get 2 kills and they get out. FBI refuses to die.
Golden Guardians get everything, not even losing a single member. Huhi with the absolute hero play there.
Gotta find the CC, they gotta find the stun, the kick gets him over the wall! They're gonna chase it down though, and that's gonna be the shutdown. The damage was there, and it's time to chase on down. Without Biery, this fight is a lot easier, and they cannot steal the Elder Dragon. So Golden Guardians again find the pick they need. The ulti from Huhi sets it up. Broken Blade, he's gonna be killed off, and Huhi is next to fall. TSM have turned it on in game 3.
TSM will not go quietly into the night, forcing the Game 5, challenging Golden Guardians here and threatening the reverse sweep.
A 2v5 defense must be the play, and it simply cannot happen. We bid farewell to Golden Guardians, and TSM are just 3 wins away from making it back.
Okay. Close. Happen close. Please.
Everyone can just like mentally refresh.
In the end, like, we just lost. I don't know. I still feel like we should have won that game.
Yeah, after the headsets came off on Game 5, there were definitely a lot of emotions in the room. I think definitely some tears were shed. We definitely didn't want the season to end that way.
Yeah, everyone were obviously sad, especially FBI had a hard time because the way how the game ended. He purely thought we lost the series because of him.
Like, I know exactly where he's coming from, so him making a mistake doesn't really matter to me. Yeah, it kind of sucks for it to happen. I don't think that was like the mistake that cost the series though. There was like so much more we could work on.
I think it's just undeserved that he gets the blame. You're gonna fail or you're gonna succeed, but you have to try it. Otherwise, you can't be a superstar, you can't be a really good player.
It just hurts a lot more because, I don't know, it's the last game of the year, the last play, and like, that's how it ends, you know? And I mean, I look back on it and I think defeats like motivate you a lot more than victories, and that's always been the case for me. I feel like when I lose or when I mess something up, like, I just really want to get back in there and prove that like I'm better than that.
With our players, like, we obviously had high internal expectations of what we could do. The team as a whole, like, we obviously believed that we could go like pretty far. Even though we weren't successful in that, like, we all recognize like how much better we got.
It's fine, guys, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
We still accomplished good things with this roster. We played fucking good. In one split, we did good. Nothing to be sorry about. It's fine.
So it's not necessarily like, oh, this is over. This is so disappointing. Like, I think for most of the players, it's like this is just like the start for them.
The way you know if an event is big is you look at how far people have to park away and how expensive that parking is. We got invited to go to the 2016 Worlds, the finals at Staples Center. And parking was like a mile to 2 away from the arena, and it was like $40 for those spots. And I was like, wow, this is legitimately a big deal. And then I went through the Rift Walk, saw what everyone was doing, having a great time. And I went into the arena and I watched, something at the time that I didn't really know what was going on, but I could feel the energy. It was a really, really fun, incredible experience for me. And it kind of turned me on. I was like, wow, this is something I need to get involved in. And then I started to think of, more than me personally, this is something the Warriors could be a part of.
Either way, we've got a lot to talk about in this game. It's game 5 of this match, the last game of the weekend here for the LCS, and it's an elimination battle. The loser of this game is done. Their 2020 season is over.
Yeah, hearing that there was so many people watching our series leading into game 5 is really cool, because it meant that we put on a good show. We're a team that always wanted to be on the leading edge, innovating different strategies, different champions, different ideas.
Obviously, at the beginning of the franchise era, Golden Guardians was a team that really struggled to find its footing. From then to now, people have seen a very clear trajectory of not only improvement on just the results basis, but also on the actual kind of method we're using to get there and the people that we have involved. I think this year ultimately cements us as a team that is here to compete and be a regular playoff team year to year, and is looking to be a team that not only do the fans love to watch, but players love to compete for.
For me, the fans and everything it was pretty cool to see how many people really love the Golden Guardians roster this split.
I don't think there is that many people who thinks Golden Guardian is a joke and stuff like that,
Yeah, it feels good to prove people wrong, but I don't think we showed really what we are capable of yet.
With respect to, the pundits and social media and everyone, really pushing the keep these guys together, run it back. Absolutely, we're going to explore that. There's nothing better to hear from players after the season that they're ready for round 2, that they want to do this again, that they see the light at the end of the tunnel, they understand where we're going and how. I'm hoping for sure that's what we get to do, but I never set the expectation. I never want to pigeonhole myself into saying that's our only route for success, right? My job is to account for all the different variables around the pressures our players and staff are feeling. I'm really hoping we can make it happen. We've built what is clearly a successful platform for a team that can crack at a top 3 and ideally look at a Worlds run next year.
Even since joining GGS, obviously in the first year I worked 1 split in LCS, 1 split in Academy. The LCS side got to playoffs in that first split. I didn't in the second, but we got our first playoff berth for the organization. Going into this year, we got playoffs in both splits, and then also this last split won our first best of 5. Even though it's small, it's still pretty big steps for the organization as a whole.
Wait, we can end the game with Ash and Zig's TP, by the way. I have W on this turret, maybe we'll die.
Okay, wait for GP spawn with triple TP, okay?
Yeah, with triple TP.
I got you guys a ward here, okay?
Really good, yeah.
Okay, 1 minute, and we do the play. Let's go.
We're going.
What is this? They're just trying to tank the tower and end the game. They're going to try to stop the bases here.
Yeah!
It's over. What a call. That was insane from Golden Guardians.
Good fucking call, Danan. Good fucking call.
So now the next step for us is okay, we got the playoffs both times, so that's an expectation at least. We should be playoffs every time. So the expectation is to do more than that, be top 4, go to Worlds next year, all those types of things. It shows that what we're doing is working, and that everyone can feel motivated that we're doing the right things. We're doing everything in our capacity to bring success to these guys, and we have a history to show that too.
Let's fucking go. Who the fuck is underestimating Golden Guns? Golden fucking Guns. Let's go! Fucking Guns, come, huddle up.
It makes unbelievable storylines, story arcs. I mean, whether it's traditional sports or esports, you often have the out of nowhere success story. You have the prodigy, the redemption story, someone who was great and fell and came back. You have the improvement story. You have someone who had the yips and figured it out. we're all people at the end of the day, and that is a really cool thing to root for.
Yeah, that's why we like made it so far. I think is because, we realized like this is how we're gonna play as a team. We just put our trust in each other. I think that's the biggest thing.
Losing is just such an underrated. You just have to not mentally weak and learn from it. Nothing is like more valuable than that.
I didn't really feel as sad because I just really in the moment appreciated what my teammates were putting up with.
I've never experienced a roster like this one where even when scrims are over, we all want to hang out with each other and we're all friends and stuff. So we all just like each other, It's just a really fun time to be on the team.
It was a really great experience. I would like to play with the same roster, but I know contracts are coming up and all that, and yeah, I'm grateful to all my teammates. I think they made this year really enjoyable.
Oh no, Nick.
Bro, what the fuck is this? They're actually trying to poison us before our match. Holy shit.
It's lemon pepper. Fuck.
Evet, Türkiye'den beni destekleyen tüm takipçilerime, tüm sevenlerime çok teşekkür ediyorum. Benim için gerçekten çok önemli. Her gün attığınız mesajlar ve beni desteklemeniz. Hepinize sonsuz teşekkür ediyorum. Sağ olun, iyi ki varsınız.
How's my posture now?
It's good now. It's gonna slump in about 4 minutes when you figure it out.
Can't put that shit on there.